Robots have been working in the leading medical clinics of the world for almost 30 years. Not only do they compete with specialists, but they can replace them fully. 100% accuracy is what we expect when we have been diagnosed or we are being prepped for a surgery. This is the precision that AI technologies are demonstrating in healthcare today. Robot nurses can already fully take over all the functions of middle grade and junior medical staff. They even outperform people. They are accurate and efficient 24 hours a day. One of the most common and complex procedures performed by a nurse is blood collection from the vein. According to statistics, nurses have difficulty collecting blood in 30 to 60 patients out of 100. Repeated insertion of needles may cause injuries and inflammation of the veins, even worse, thrombosis. A robot will never miss the vein because its sensors clearly see the wall of the vessels in the infrared spectrum. Machines already obtain medical licenses, which means they can officially work as doctors. A Chinese diagnostic robot named Xiao Yi passed the National Medical Licensing Exam and was authorized to treat people. It scored 96 points higher than required to pass the exam, exceeding the skills of the human candidates. Today, artificial intelligence successfully replaces specialists not only in diagnostics and therapy, but also in surgical specialties. Robots themselves choose the most effective and sparing plan of surgery for a particular patient and perform its main stages. The use of AI in surgery allows to significantly reduce the time of a surgery, for example, on the brain, from 10 to 12 hours to 2 to 3. Remove tumors with micron-level accuracy, minimize blood loss, risk of infection, and complications. One robot can replace a whole team of doctors and has the experience of thousands of the best specialists put into it by its developers. Surgeries performed by an AI guarantee a quick recovery and a short post-operative period. For example, today, doctors can save lives of people who are hundreds of miles away by remotely controlling the work of a robot. Ryan Matter, a cardiologist from Michigan, conducts percutaneous coronary intervention. It is a life-saving technique for a person in the state of acute myocardial infarction or sudden cardiac death. One standard procedure is performed by a team of 4 doctors and takes 1 hour on average. The use of AI allowed one doctor to save the lives of 36 patients in a few hours. The universal surgical robot Da Vinci performs operations on any organs. In America alone, almost 80% of cancer operations are performed using this robot. The number of operations in the world with the help of Da Vinci is approaching 2 million. The robotic systems have been installed in the USA, Israel, Germany, South Korea, Japan, Ukraine, Singapore, Russia, and other countries. The American surgical robot STAR has surpassed Da Vinci. This is the first robot that can autonomously perform soft tissue operations. This type of surgery is the most difficult for robotics to master. Incising and suturing soft tissue were the only things surgeons still had to do in robot-assisted surgeries. STAR solves that too. Today, doctors assist artificial intelligence. Millions of people around the world are waiting for an organ transplant. In China alone, there are 1.5 million people on the waiting list, while in the United States, 20 people die every day not being able to receive a donor transplant. In Russia, there were only 900 donors for 6 million people in 2017. Millions of people, including children, are dying around the world. And this is the terrible reality of today's consumerist society that does not value human life. The technology that could save the lives of these people is 3D organ printing. Transplantations of corneas, skin, bladder, and pancreas are already being performed nowadays. The question is, why aren't these technologies being implemented on a mass scale? We're introducing technologies to destroy each other, but we are in no rush to make public those which save human lives. Consumer format of society is not about saving lives. Attention! Even more efficient and accessible technology, nanorobots are 1,000,000 times smaller than ants. They affect the body at an atomic and molecular level. They perform microsurgical operations with high precision, remove blood clots, close wounds, perform fast and cheap diagnostics of diseases on the cellular and molecular levels, and efficiently deliver drugs to hard-reach areas of the body. Nanorobots can rearrange the same cell to cure cancer or grow a new leg to replace prosthesis. They simply assemble it from the molecules around them. They are also able to assemble their own copy, that is, they can propagate. Nanorobots can both restore and destroy the human body. It depends on the specific program they receive. Imagine, you just drink a glass of ordinary water, and there are doctors, nanorobots in it, which you will not even feel. And consider that you have visited a diagnostician, a therapist, and a surgeon of the highest qualification at once. Since moving around your body, they will not only diagnose you painlessly and unmistakably, finding the cause of inflammation, but they will also eliminate it and completely restore the functions of your body. The cost of making these nanomedics is only a few cents, and it takes only a couple of minutes to assemble. And it's an alternative to any doctor who takes years and enormous amounts of money to train. So, there are already more than enough technologies capable of replacing any medical specialties as effectively as possible. And they are rapidly developing. But, in the conditions of the consumer format of society, the use of these technologies will lead to the fact that people who were saving our lives yesterday, today will be left without work and without means of livelihood. Now, technology has a chance to change the world, but what that change will be is up to you and me, friends. Watch the full version of the conference, Global Crisis. This already affects everyone, on alatra.tv and alatraunites.com websites.